Secrets explode, loyalties shatter, and shocking betrayals change everything. Welcome to General Hospital Spoilers. As someone who has seen this show evolve through countless family feuds, romantic entanglements, and high-stakes adventures, I find myself both thrilled and a little worried about where these new developments are heading. Carly has always been that fiery force who charges ahead no matter the cost, and pairing her with Z in these latest plots feels like a fresh chapter that honors her history while pushing her into uncharted territory. The way Carly and Z have managed to outmaneuver Cullum is nothing short of masterful storytelling. For weeks, the tension had been building, and when they finally pulled off that decisive strike, I actually cheered out loud in my living room. It reminded me of the old days when alliances formed out of necessity led to the most unexpected victories. But of course, in true General Hospital fashion, every triumph comes with its own set of complications. Now Z is rising as a major player within the WSB, and that success is creating ripples that could change everything we thought we knew about loyalty and power in Port Charles. I have to admit, part of me wonders if this promotion will ultimately strengthen Z or pull him into a web so deep that even Carly might struggle to reach him. What fascinates me most is how Carly is stepping up and demanding that Z remove Jocelyn from her position at the WSB. As a mother, Carly has always been fiercely protective, and this move shows a new layer of adjustment in her character. She is not just reacting anymore, she is strategically shaping the future for her daughter. I have seen Jocelyn grow from a headstrong teenager into a young woman with her own sense of justice, and watching Carly try to shield her from the dangers of that organization feels both loving and complicated. Is this the right choice for Jocelyn's growth? Or will it create even more distance between mother and daughter? The show has me asking these questions constantly, and I love how it keeps me invested, eager to see the fallout in the coming weeks. This new success for Carly and Z is opening doors to fresh connections that feel electric on screen. Carly has always had that ability to form bonds that surprise everyone, including herself, and her growing partnership with Z carries real heat. There is a sense of mutual respect mixed with undeniable chemistry that makes their scenes crackle with possibility. I keep thinking back to some of Carly's past relationships, and this one stands out because it is built on shared victories and high-stakes decisions rather than just passion alone. Yet I cannot help but worry that these new alliances might test Carly's limits in ways we have not seen before. And then there is the matter of Valentine entering the picture alongside Carly. The potential for an explosion here is immense, and I am here for every moment of it. Valentine has always been one of those characters who operates with such calculated charm that you never quite know if he is ally or adversary. Seeing Carly and Valentine on the verge of a major confrontation or collaboration feels like the show is reminding us why we fell in love with these intricate power plays. Will their shared history with certain families in Port Charles lead to a surprising partnership, or will old grudges ignite something far more destructive? I have my own theory that Carly's willingness to link arms with Z is giving her the confidence to face Valentine head-on. And that dynamic is pure gold for longtime viewers like me. One thing I truly appreciate about these storylines is how they balance action with emotional depth. Carly is not just plotting takedowns and making demands. We see her wrestling with the personal costs. The way she is ready to forge new connections with Z while navigating her role as a mother and a woman who has survived so much shows real character growth. It makes me reflect on my own life experiences, where protecting family often meant making tough calls that others might not understand. The writers are doing a wonderful job of keeping these moments relatable, even amid the larger-than-life drama. Of course, with Z's elevated status at the WSB, new troubles are already brewing. I can feel the tension mounting, and it has me wondering who else might get pulled into this expanding circle. Will Jocelyn fight back against her mother's intervention? Or will she surprise us all by stepping into an even bigger role? These questions keep the story humming with excitement, and I find myself discussing them with fellow fans who have been watching just as long as I have. There is something comforting about sharing these theories with people who understand the rich history of the show. The recent success in eliminating the threat from Cullum has clearly emboldened both Carly and Z, but it has also spotlighted the fragile nature of their new positions. Power in Port Charles is never absolute, and I suspect we are only seeing the beginning of the challenges ahead. Carly's request regarding Jocelyn feels like a pivotal moment that could redefine family dynamics for seasons to come. I love how the show allows us to debate these choices. Some days I think Carly is being overprotective, and other days I completely support her instincts. That kind of layered storytelling is what keeps General Hospital feeling fresh after all these years. As Carly and Valentine edge closer to their own explosive developments, I cannot help but feel a surge of anticipation. Their interactions have always carried an undercurrent of respect mixed with wariness, and now with Z in the mix, the possibilities multiply. Will this lead to a new alliance that shakes up the entire canvas, or will it expose vulnerabilities we have not seen in a long time? I am betting on some surprising twists that will have us all talking at the water cooler, or in my case, during my daily calls with my sister who watches faithfully too. What strikes me most about this arc is the way it honors the past while charging forward. Carly has evolved so much since her earlier days, and seeing her command respect from figures like Z and potentially clash with Valentine reminds me why she remains one of the show's most compelling characters. These new successes are not without risk, and that is what makes the drama so addictive. I find myself rooting for Carly even when her choices are messy, because they come from a place of deep love and determination. The adjustments happening now, particularly around Jocelyn's future, add such a human touch to the larger espionage elements. It grounds the story in family values that longtime viewers cherish. I have to say, the writers are striking a beautiful balance here, giving us thrills without losing the emotional core that makes General Hospital special. Looking ahead, I am convinced that Carly's readiness to build these new links with Z will lead to some of the most memorable moments of the year. The heat between them, combined with the looming presence of Valentine, creates a perfect storm of drama that feels both inevitable and exciting. I keep picturing how these threads might weave together, and it leaves me smiling with anticipation every time the opening credits roll. There is a real sense of momentum building, and I believe the best is yet to come. For those of us who have invested so many years in these characters, watching Carly navigate success, motherhood, and potential new romances is a gift. The show continues to deliver stories that make us think, feel, and eagerly await the next revelation. I, for one, will be right here, cheering them on and debating every twist with my fellow fans. Port Charles never disappoints. And this latest chapter with Carly and Z proves once again why this soap holds such a treasured place in our hearts. The complications arising from Z's new stature are already hinting at deeper conflicts that could touch many lives in town. Carly's strength in facing them head-on is inspiring, and I appreciate how the narrative allows room for both triumph and uncertainty. It mirrors real life in the best possible way, where victories often come hand in hand with new responsibilities. Carly has always fought tooth and nail for her children's independence, yet now she finds herself navigating a delicate balance. Jocelyn is stepping into her own with remarkable strength, determined to claim the freedom she believes she deserves. This budding conflict feels authentic and raw, highlighting the natural growing pains between a protective mother and her headstrong daughter. I personally believe this war they are entering will ultimately strengthen their bond, even if it requires painful confrontations along the way. Watching Jocelyn push for autonomy reminds me of Carly's own younger days, full of fire and defiance. It is gratifying to witness that spirit passed down, though I worry about the risks involved, especially with the WSB's shadow looming large. This new pursuit of freedom is cleverly placing Z and Valentine into an entirely different kind of conflict, one that promises explosive development. Z's rising influence creates complications that force him to choose sides, while Valentine's calculating presence adds layers of intrigue and potential betrayal. I cannot help but wonder how these two formidable men will respond when Carly and Jocelyn's personal battle spills into their world. Will Z stand firmly with Carly, or will his WSB commitments pull him in another direction? And Valentine, ever the enigma, seems poised to exploit any cracks in these relationships for his own advantage. The way the story is weaving these threads together builds an irresistible sense of anticipation. The adjustments feel timely and true to the show's heart. Carly's determination to support Jocelyn's quest for freedom while managing her alliances with Z shows her growth as a character who learns from past mistakes. At the same time, the emerging clash between Z and Valentine injects that classic General Hospital excitement, where personal desires collide with larger power struggles. I find myself asking whether this new war will lead to healing or deeper divisions, and the show excels at keeping us guessing.